Forget everything you think you know about mergers and event-driven funds. This isn't about riding the headlines or hoping the market plays nice. It's about what you're losing right now. Hours of analysis wasted, positions stuck, capital locked while others are moving fast and cashing in. The frustration when you see deals announced and your fund hesitates, unsure how to act because the noise drowns the signal. You're sick of the guesswork, the waiting game, the feeling that you're always a step behind. That ends now. Event-driven funds don't just sit and wait for a merger to close. They hunt the cracks, exploit the uncertainty, and turn chaos into cash. Here's the brutal truth. These funds win because they go deep, way beyond the surface noise everyone else is swallowing. They don't guess if the deal will go through. They know how to work the timing, the arbitrage, the regulatory risks, the shareholders' drama. They slice the whole process into plays and attack each one with precision. Step 1 is obsessively analyzing the merger's architecture, not just the price tag or the headline numbers, but who really pulls the strings behind the scenes. What does the target's shareholder base look like? Is the management team desperate or playing hardball? What regulators could raise hell, and how strong is the political undercurrent? Every one of these details moves the needle. You ignore them, you lose. Embrace this mess with a cold, surgical mindset. Next, you build the scenario ladder. Don't have faith the deal will simply close on paper. Map out every possible outcome. Successful merger, hostile takeover, breakup, renegotiation, even collapse. Calculate how each of these scenarios shifts the value of the assets you hold or plan to acquire. Be ready to sprint when conditions change. Nimbleness is not optional, it's survival. Here's the kicker that most people miss. Event-driven funds don't just trade the announcement. They trade the gap between promise and reality. When rumors hit, when shareholders dig in, when regulators delay, there's a storm of price movements hidden inside that chaos. Your job is to catch them before the rest of the market can react. This means setting up watches and triggers on every angle: press leaks, insider stakes, proxy battles. React faster than anyone else. Another brutal but necessary move is mastering risk layering. Don't go all in on a single outcome. Structure positions in tranches that hedge against disaster but maximize upside. Use options, swaps, convertible bonds, anything that lets you straddle risks without getting crushed if the deal breaks. This is not just fancy footwork. It's fundamental to surviving a market that punishes overconfidence. A broken deal isn't failure if your risk plan was flawless. Then, leverage information arbitrage like a weapon. Tap into the network, contacts in law firms, investment banks, regulatory bodies. The market price reflects public info, but you want the early whispers that show the real odds shifting. Build your intelligence channels relentlessly. In this game, being first is everything. Finally, don't forget the power of timing exits. The moment a deal looks shaky, don't cling to hope. Cut losses fast or switch strategies. Gains in event-driven funds are made by knowing precisely when to get out, not just when to get in. Watch volatility like a hawk, lock profits hard, and reposition with ruthless speed. If this feels overwhelming, that's good. That means you're starting to think like a real event-driven fund. It's a high-stakes game with no room for hesitation or illusions. Do the work. Get close to the deal makers involved, understand every possible twist, and plan every step like your capital depends on it, because it does. No more sitting on the sidelines and wondering if the next merger will move the needle. It will, but only for those ready to dive deep and strike smart. Own that edge, move faster, see clearer, win harder. This is how event-driven funds make mergers work for them, and this is how you'll stop falling behind and start leading. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to discover more.